Hey folks, welcome back to another review with yours truly, Sam Healey. Today we're not really doing so much of a review as a kind of a modified unboxing. I'm going to show you some of the stuff that's coming into the new expansion, the Bespin Gambit for Imperial Assault. So we're going to take a look at the models, some of the different cards that are in there, mainly focusing on the skirmish stuff first, and then we'll make another video for all of the campaign stuff that comes in there, and I'll give you my thoughts for the campaign stuff too. But let's get down to the table. So as we get started looking at the Bespin Gambit expansion for Imperial Assault, these are the new tiles that are going to be coming out that you can use for your modular board setups. The carbonite chamber, the place where Luke took the dive, the dinner table where Han tries to shoot Vader, the balcony, the little exhaust port thing corridor that Luke slides down as he's going, and of course these are all double-sided as well. The room where Lando takes Chewie and Han and Leia, and all of these of course are double-sided so that there's a lot of replayability here. I believe that's Lobot's room, maybe. I'm not real sure, but all of these are double-sided, of course. As you can see, we get more counters over here for to use. This is a new ability. It's called a hidden trait. We'll get to that in just a few moments, but really cool. I love the artwork of these tiles. They always come out with very crisp, very detailed looking tiles, even though it's a two-dimensional surface. The way the artwork makes it look 3D, and that's what I really like about it. So let's get on to the characters. Now, as with previous expansions that I've gone over, I focus mainly upon the skirmish side of things. First off, I'll be revisiting all of these expansions at some point in the future to go over their campaign values. But that being said, I do want to show you that the cards that do come for the campaign versions and then also for the skirmish version as well. Of course, you also get your XP decks for each character, and really cool within the XP deck for Davith Elso is his Shrouded Lightsaber. Just a really cool looking card, so I wanted to show that to you. But anyway, that's one of the things you can unlock with his experience points during campaign mode. But during skirmish mode, Davith is definitely a force to be reckoned with, no pun intended. Using a surge, he gets +1 hit, and then also hide. If he becomes hidden, that uses this positive trait here. It says, while defending, apply -2 accuracy to the attack results. Also, while attacking, apply a +1 surge to the attack results, and then after you resolve an attack, you must discard this condition. So it is a positive condition for the person that is on it, and then you can also see that he has special abilities that can go into the command deck. This one is Vanish, so you have to use an action to do it, and it says you cannot suffer wounds or receive conditions until your next activation. At the start of your next activation, gain 4 movement points. All right, so a really cool ability that he has. Only costs 2 to go into the command deck, but that's really neat. Other things here, it says stealthy. At the start of each mission, you become hidden. So you actually start off each mission that way. Cut and run. When you exit a space containing a hostile figure, that figure suffers 1 wound. Limit once per figure per round. So again, that doesn't even take an action to do that or anything like that. It's just an inherent ability that goes off. And then 2 surges, you can do a fell swoop attack. And so it says, after this attack resolves, become hidden, move up to 2 spaces, then perform another attack, limit once per round. Now, one of his experience cards actually has that ability on it. So during campaign mode, he would also be able to do that if you spent the experience points to purchase it. There's also a Force Illusion. A Force user can use this 2 command points to put it into your deck. Use while a hostile figure in your line of sight is attacking. The defender becomes hidden. So you can kind of muddle the minds of people that are attacking your friends or your allies, and help them out a little bit. Also, camouflage. Any figure can use this, so we're moving over to the Mern Rin side of the whole equation here. It says use when an attack targeting you is declared, you become hidden. So again, kind of tit for tat here, you know what I'm saying? This is so that it can be used on you. This is for helping out other people, but basically the same effect. Here it says Fatal Deception. Use and only Mern Rin can use this one. It says use at the start of your activation when you use the False Orders action. Okay, so false orders, let's go over there real quick. It says choose a hostile figure with a figure cost of 3 or less within 3 spaces. Perform a move or attack with that figure. All right, so when we do that one, so it's basically you're taking control of people and moving them around and attacking with them, that type of thing. Here it says if you play this, when you use false orders this round, you may choose a figure within a cost of 5 or less within 5 spaces. So it adds 2 to both of those conditions. So that's really cool. That really makes him a little bit more powerful. You do have to use an action to do that. Down here though, field report. At the end of your activation, if you have more command cards in your hand than your opponent does in his, you and another friendly figure within 3 spaces may become hidden. All right, so this guy is the master of intelligence if you look down here. So he's using all of this different intelligence that he's getting through all of this wiry type stuff. He's almost like a magician, kind of. And so really neat character. He's a spy. This guy is also a spy. But we have a Jedi, another Jedi joining the fray as far as that is concerned. So as far as the Rebels are concerned, these are pretty cool characters, and I think it's really neat. The models are just amazing looking. So just briefly, I wanted to share with you the characters whose models you're not getting in the box. Bosk is on the front cover, but he is not a model. You're going to have to purchase him separately, but he comes with a +1 defend, +2 accuracy always. And then over here, he always has a +2 damage. And then if you have a surge, you can give him Pierce 2 as well. He has indiscriminate fire. Choose a space within 3 spaces and in your line of sight. Then roll 1 green die. Each figure on or adjacent to that space suffers wounds equal to the wounds result and strain equal to the surge results. So again, he doesn't care who he's hurting. He's just hurting somebody. So you can target places up to 3 spaces away, and then models are all damaged. Then you also have regenerate. At the end of each round, recover 2 wounds and discard all harmful conditions. So this guy is incredibly hard to kill. He also has 10 health and 4 speed, and he's rolling a red and a yellow for attacking. Bad dude right there. He only costs 8 to go into your army. So that's that. Then you also have Agent Blaze. This is your skirmish version and the campaign version. So I wanted to show both of them to you. His skirmish version, you can spend surges to give +1 damage, Pierce 2, another +1 damage, or accuracy +3. So of course those are very interesting. Adept, the first time your opponent plays a command card, each round choose 1 spy or trooper. That figure becomes hidden. All right, so not only is the Jedi and the Rebels able to use those hidden abilities, but the ISO interrogation forces can also do it as well. Interrogate, you can spend a surge to do this. Look at your opponent's hand and choose a command card. You may discard a card of equal or greater cost from your hand to discard the chosen card. So you can get your opponent to lose cards, but it is costing you cards out of your hand as well. But that could be very advantageous for you. Lando is also a figure that you're going to have to purchase later on. He comes with a +2 accuracy, and then you can spend surges to get +2 damage, and then hide and stun. He's costing you 6 to go into your deck. He is resourceful. While attacking or defending, you may re-roll one of your attack or defense dice. So he's always re-rolling dice. That's a really cool thing. I like that a lot. And then Gambit, before you re-roll a die, you may replace it with another die of the same type after rolling. The new die is considered re-rolled. So that's a pretty cool ability as well. He also has a pretty hefty health count there, and he's rolling a yellow and a green die for attack. Also comes with 2 skirmish scenarios. Additionally, for the Imperial forces in the Bespin Gambit expansion, you are getting the Bespin Wing Guard and the Ugnaught Tinkerers. Now, the Ugnaught Tinkerers are going to be you know, I guess they're pretty cool. I like the fact that they're included. But as you can see, their health is really low and their speed is decent. And they're rolling a black defense dice. So that's not bad. Their abilities here are spot weld. If you look on the lighter side here, where you can place the junk droid companion in an adjacent space. So you have these tokens here that are junk droids, and they are companions. There are also 2 other companions that are included in this set, the Cam Droid and the R5 Astromech, that can be used with other characters, but the Ugnaughts specifically use the junk droids. A junk droid simply gives you +1 damage. It says here that one man's trash is an Ugnaughts army. The junk droid only has 1 health. He does have a movement of 4, and he has an attack with 1 green die. So I guess that's pretty cool. They bring in that extra guy with them. Then it also has a scrap battalion ability there down at the bottom, where it says the junk droid readies at the start of your activation. It activates as though it was part of your group and may use your surge abilities. So that's a cool effect as well. So not only does the Ugnaughts get these surge abilities where they cause bleed and they get Pierce 1, but the junk droid can also use those abilities as well. The higher up guy that costs 2 more command points to put into your army, he also has the spot weld and the scrap battalion, but he also has overclock. The junk droid may interrupt to perform a move or attack. So that's a pretty cool thing as well. He also gets Pierce 2 instead of just Pierce 1. He also has 3 more health points and the same attack and defense dice. But Ugnaughts are interesting, not game-changing, but still a neat little addition to the whole system. And then these companions are also a cool addition as well. The R5 Astromech, for example, you can use an action to forage, use while adjacent to a crate to draw 1 supply card, limit once per crate. And then here is, this thing says insignificant. You cannot be the target of an attack while in the same space as a friendly figure. So nobody's going to target the Astromech if there's a bigger target that's there. It does have 4 health and 3 speed, but it doesn't have any attack. Here the Cam Droid gives you a +1 miss, which is, it's hard to hit this guy. And he also has +2 accuracy. Here it says agitate. You can use the surge ability here. If the attack does not miss, the defending figure's group must be the next group to activate if able. So that's a pretty cool thing. You can kind of run interference for the rest of your side. The Cam Droid has 3 health and 5 speed and attacks with a yellow die. So again, these are companions I think are a neat idea. Then the Wing Guard here, the cheaper versions here, says keep the peace. When a hostile figure declares an attack targeting a space adjacent to you, if that space does not contain a friendly guardian, you may suffer 1 stress. If you do, the attacker also suffers 1 stress. Limit, keep the peace once per attack. So that's a pretty cool ability. You're kind of straining other people. You're straining yourself as well, but you're making it harder for them to do more powerful attacks and so forth. The more stronger version has that same ability, but down at the bottom, squad training. While attacking, while adjacent to another friendly trooper, you may re-roll one attack die. So again, these guys kind of work together. The more you have them together, the better. You can send them in squads of 2, so you actually have enough for one small squad, which is 2, and then one larger squad, which is leaving one out. But you could have 3 smaller squads as well. So that's pretty cool. They have 5 health, 3 health here for the lower one. They're all using greens and blues to attack. Then you also have the skirmish upgrades. You have under duress here. It says when a hostile figure suffers a strain for each resulting wound he wishes to prevent, the player controlling that figure must discard 2 command cards from the top of his deck instead of just 1. So again, that's a pretty nasty skirmish upgrade that you can add to your side, either side really. This is for the bounty hunters. This is a neutral one. Either side, any side can use this one. Unshakable, it says exhaust this card at the start of one of your activations and choose one of your figures with a figure cost of 9 or greater. That figure discards 1 harmful condition and suffers 1 strain. All right, so cool. Love the picture there of Vader stopping a blaster bolt with his hand, which is like one of the more iconic scenes, for me at least, from The Empire Strikes Back, where he stops Han's shot. So that's all the stuff that comes mainly for the skirmish type stuff that's in the Bespin Gambit Imperial Assault expansion. I really think that they are just they are continually knocking it out of the park with the stuff that they're putting in these boxes. I love the artwork that's on all of the tiles. Consistently from expansion to expansion, they just continually do a phenomenal job in making those very evocative of the movies and all of that kind of stuff. So I really think that they're doing a tremendous job that way. The artwork on all of the cards, while they may be using them for different games, I'm not getting hung up on that. The artwork is still amazing. I don't care if they're using it for multiple games or not. The models are incredibly phenomenal. They continually are putting out good models. Now, it is true that from time to time the molds mess up and you'll get a bad mold or something like that, but I've heard from a number of different people that Fantasy Flight is very good about replacing those models if that comes up. I really don't understand why they continually put people on the outside of the box that isn't inside the box. Such a stink was raised when that happened with Boba Fett. You would think that they would have kind of got the hint and stopped doing that. But maybe they think that now that the shock factor is over, that we know that they do that, it'll be less aggravating or less disappointing. Right. That's the skirmish stuff mainly. There was a little bit of campaign stuff in there as well, but that's mainly the skirmish stuff. We'll have another video in the near future. Well, in the future, I can't say that it's necessarily going to be near. It just takes time to put those together. So that is the Bespin Gambit expansion for Imperial Assault. We'll see you on the flip side, folks.